What's up, guys? It's John at National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to do my NBA video. If you saw my last video, we had about, I think, a dozen college plays, and we did good. We only had two leg twos, Louisville and Denver. Oral Roberts, I'm thinking about making a leg two. I'm not sure yet. If I do, I was going to if we did not get Xavier and Louisville. But we took two of the three leg twos in Xavier and Louisville. Wagner overlooking shot, but the cover looking good. Yale cover, we got the Yale cover, Columbia. So great start. So I'm not trying to race into leg threes there. So we're doing a good job closing out sequences and picking up units just very early in a college day. So I wanted to go into these ones, and I do like the Clippers over a lot in this game. I like it for a few reasons. One, again, they play at a slow pace, and these teams, you see last time they got 214 together, but now it's saying 231. People pay attention to that stuff. They play a slow pace, but I think for that reason, people hit the under on these guys, especially with a kind of an unappealing line. Usually these guys are set around 215 to 220, the Clippers, the Pacers as well. So the fact that they're set higher, and the fact that, again, I was talking about this with someone in the Discord, Heat. I like them. He knows I love the metric, the over, under, if it's at a certain percentage. But he always shares insight regarding what actually seems to be pretty accurate public handles. So I always like to give him credit. He's in the Discord, and a lot of people have really bad handles. His actually seem to line up with my intuition a lot. So I do like the Clippers here, the over. I do think them and the Pacers go over. Now, again, most of these are going to be leg ones because we have a leg three now from if Mary Mac doesn't go over. But I'm going to play that leg three on Sunday. So we have a couple leg ones from yesterday we're trying to close on as leg twos. But we also don't want to just play a ton of leg two, leg threes at the same time. And there's a lot of games I actually do like. So I like the over on that game. And at the same time, I'm going to play two ways. I like the Pacers to cover. I think it's a trap line. No serious injuries. I don't see why it's only a 3-point game. The Clippers have been presented as a very good team this year. So I like the Clippers cover, and I like the over on that game. And now this one I'm not playing, but I just want to show an example. Just a mere couple days ago, we had the same type of game where it was the Hawks at home playing, I forget who it was, Cavaliers, good team. And it was like a 1 or 2 point game. Might have been the Hawks. They weren't as good as the Nets, but it was a good team. And we picked the Hornets and won because of that reason. It just was pretty obvious to me. So now it's 6.5. That line looks more normal. So that game I'm just not playing in general. Now this one I am. I do like the Bulls a lot. I'm going to buy it down to 2 to be safe. It seems like they're giving them a little bit of a surge. At the same time, I don't see people jumping. This one looks like a parlay killer or a teaser killer where people are going to jump all over Cleveland. And they're both kind of banged up, as far as, you don't see they lie about these actual injuries. For all we know, Derek Jones Jr. is healthy as a horse and I'll be playing. But my point is, I do think that and I'll put them both at 18 and 17 on the spread. They like to do things like that. So I'm going to buy it down to 2. But I do like this one as a leg 2. So this could be for one of our losses yesterday, let's just say for the Texas versus Washington loss, the college one, or from Kentucky earlier today, the football game. It doesn't really matter as long as we're plugging the leg twos and closing out sequences. Here, I like the Knicks. I think they win, and I think they win pretty, decisively. The Rockets have been a casualty team this year, and I'd be a little concerned that they're not getting more points. But you can see that the Knicks do have some injuries, and the public's not in love with the Knicks. So I think, again, Knicks have to have games where they look very strong. I think this will definitely be one of them. Here, we're just going to roll the Mavericks. I don't love it because they've just done terrible in these type of games, and I feel like after the way they've looked now, people might be taking them -7 against the Spurs, especially if the Spurs are at home, getting 7 points. But I'm still going to go with the Mavericks, that horrible against the spread. You can see it's getting a tiny bit better, but it's still bad enough to warrant picking them. And speaking of the Heat, nothing crazy. It's the same exact metric. These are all leg ones again. The only leg two that I really like is this Bulls cover, and I'm buying down the two. But the Heat and the Mavericks, same story. I think they both cover because they're horrible against the spread. Now here's an interesting one because we have conflicting narratives. There's a chance to establish one team as a bona fide team in the Thunder. You see nobody's injured for the Sixers. Both teams good against the spread. So in this case, I like the Thunder to cover. I'm going to buy this one up to 5 because I have a weird feeling. But I do like the Thunder to cover that game. This one I absolutely love, and what I like to do is go back and see that Pelicans won game 1, Grizzlies won game 2. It's going back and forth. I think this one's going to be a very close game. So just because of that, I'm going to take the Pelicans plus 6. Now, normally I'd say, and it could be the case where people are going to be on the Pelicans. I don't doubt that. But you can see game 1, not by a lot. Pelicans won pretty decisively at home. Game 2, Grizzlies won pretty decisively at home. They could keep up that narrative. But I think game 3, I think they want to start that these two teams are very evenly matched. And then by game 4, we get a really close game. So I'm going to take the Pelicans here to cover this 6, even though I'm not loving the line. It's a leg one. And again, there are games they will pay out the public. And last but not least, we have the Timberwolves here. And I'm just going to take them to cover. Again, I think they need the win. And because they need to be in the playoff picture, I think they're better than their record suggests. And I think they want draws in the playoff picture. And they got some talent. And also, they're, again, not good at all against the spread. Typically, especially with teams that finish above 500, you will see that they finish pretty well against the spread. So I like all of the. These are all the NBA games for tonight. Since again, you'll see how I'm basically just showing how quickly we can close these sequences out, even by just splitting. But we started really good with college, and this is what I like for the NBA. I expect a split at the worst, and the only one I'm running as a leg 2 for now is the Bulls. And like I said, I put everything in my Discord. I always update people. I just put in there regarding the leg 2 for Merrimack over, because the Merrimack over lost. So I updated them on that, and I always update the Discord. So that's why it's cool having people in the Discord. But I also like to update on here as well. So there's nothing that I'm loving as a leg 3 right now. And as far as the leg 2s, I really like that Bulls cover, buying it down to 2. And then for the bowl game, I am going to go ahead and make Michigan cover a leg 2. That's going to be, like I said, that could be for the Kentucky loss. We have, a couple, probably now we have about 7 to 10 sequences we want to close. We did net 4 units, but we want to close these sequences too. Nothing's changed. The 7.5 is interesting. I'm almost wondering if buying a whole point might be the way to go. But I'm just going to buy the half. It's going to be a leg 2, and it's the same reason I had them winning before. I think they want to paint this Cinderella story and have them get mauled and explain to people why the teams like Cincinnati and TCU do not belong in the playoffs, or they need to at least restructure the format. So those are all my plays for all the NBA and the college games tonight. I think we do extremely well. We started off very good, closed 2 of our 3 leg 2s, and we're rolling into the most obvious week in the NFL. So it's going to be great to just close the leg 3s whatever ones we do have. So as I always say, take care and happy earnings. Get the Clippers game, I would say, first, because it starts at 3. So some of the other ones don't start till later, and the Clippers is at 3 o'clock. So take care and happy earnings.